Hey, Andrew here. Wait a minute. This is a brand new episode of the Andrew Stedl podcast, but hold on. Before you get into this episode there, I want to warn you, me and Alvaro discussed Dave on this episode, and Dave does have some sexual topics going on in the show. So, I want to give you a warning from me, Andrew, before you click on this episode, before you go any further, because you've clicked on the episode, silly me. Before you continue with the episode, know that there are some discussions that have a parental advisory on them. So if you are completely okay with hearing things of sexual nature, please go on and continue listening to this. But if you don't want to hear that, please watch this at your own discretion. And if you want to continue watching, thank you for watching this episode, and I appreciate you.
Bro, stop doing that!
We did not plan that at all, by the
way. You started doing that, like 2 episodes ago?
This man, legit had an umbrella there, and I completely forgot it was there.
And you just...
oh, shit! But yes, welcome to the Interstellar, and now I'm going in corporate mode. Welcome to the Interstellar.
No.
Yes. Yes.
He's Mark Zuckerberg mode activated.
Yes, I am a robot. This is Alvaro. He is friend. Beep boop boop bop bop.
What's up?
What's up? What's your name, girlfriend? What's your name?
God. Oh, okay, yeah, we're talking about Call Me When You Get Lost.
Call me now.
It's not when you. It's if you get lost. That's what it is. I keep getting that wrong. I don't know why. I like that album though.
Yes, no, that album is trash. I haven't even seen the Fantana review. I know he dropped it.
I haven't seen the Fantana review yet. I was about to bonk you over the head.
I'm scared to click on it.
Yeah, so am I.
Because did he like Igor? I don't think
he did.
So.
He liked Igor. He gave it a 9.
I thought he would have given it. I know some people. That's not a fan favorite album. People are complaining. Isn't that so weird? Like him and Childish Gambino. They're like, oh, we like you when you rap. Oh, but when you sing, no, we don't like you. No. It's so weird. Isn't that strange?
It is kind of weird.
But yet, Igor was very highly successful for Tyler, the Creator, and did get him, I don't think he planned that. That's just
he got a whole ass Grammy for that. That's fucking weird.
That album just happened to, go platinum. No, wait, the album didn't go platinum, but the singles did incredibly well.
Yeah, I think Earthquake got platinum.
Most people were anticipating, what was that one song?
The Magic Wand?
Yeah, that one. They were anticipating that to be a hit. Because when I discussed it with my friend, he was like, Magic Wand was going to be a hit. And I'm like, really? Or Earthquake was the easy one for me, because played by Cardi alone.
I think, New Magic Wand is obviously the best song off that whole album. At least I think so.
I mean, Charlie Wilson, so.
Well, it's not only that. Tyler himself was like, yeah, my favorite song that I've ever made is New Magic Wand. And when he posted that on Twitter, all of his fans told him he was wrong. If you told him he was wrong, shut up. Yeah.
You're wrong. But yes, we're talking about Tyler, the Creator's brand new spanking album.
Call Me If You Get Lost.
I guess this is technically a return to rap for him.
Yeah.
Although it kind of still combines other things from other eras as well, not just rap in general.
Yeah, I think it's a nice, beautiful blend of a little bit of everything. That's how I see it.
More so hip hop, I guess, because it's not just straight rap. There's even a little bit of singing going on here. He's even brought back an old friend, Haji Beats, I believe it is.
Yeah, no, it was I think it was Damo Genesis.
I don't know why I thought it was Haji.
Yeah, no, Haji. I think him and Haji had a bit of a falling out, but I think they're good now. But I don't know if he's gonna bring them back or not. But Damo Genesis coming back to do music is interesting because I remember hearing him in his Odd Future days. With all the Odd Future stuff. And I really liked him there. And I'm like, okay, I'm excited for him to come back. This was a welcome return for him.
Now, my favorite was probably, and I think you already guessed it.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Oh, it's such a good song. I love that song too.
I mean, it wasn't very much an eyebrow raiser like NBA Youngboy.
I know, NBA Youngboy being on there, it was weird. I did not expect it.
No, it was weird because I was like, I'm reading it, and then I listened to the song without him, and I'm like, how's that going to work? How the hell is that gonna work? And then his verse comes in, and I'm like, Oh shit.
Yeah, he can do it.
Because I completely forgot. Oh yeah, like NBA YoungBoy is like versatile and can actually do like melodic type rap and singing types raps, which is what some of this album is. But you know, it's a little bit of everything. We get like, if somebody wanted me to say, hey, what's the perfect Tyler the Creator album to like get a little bit of everything from him, this new album would probably be the one that I would recommend to everybody.
Honestly.
Because you get a little bit of the singing out of him. You get, I mean, I love the skits, by the way.
Oh yeah, the skits are great. Mama Talk is definitely one of my favorite skits ever. It's goofy as hell. I'm sorry. Him just talking about how his mom could like kick a bunch of people's asses. And it's funny as hell.
That is funny. Well, because, I mean, I know Wolf kind of was the turnaround for the skits. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, Goblin, the skits kind of go on for a little too long.
Jesus, yeah, you're not wrong.
I do like Goblin the more it goes on, but I mean, it's early Tyler. I don't want to be too hard on him. I still think it's a good album. I think there's a little bit of rough patches on that, but here, this time around, clearly Tyler has grown as an artist and he's figured out what he wants to do. I mean, this is him at his like best. Like this is him. He's now in this new, I guess you would say, Flower Boy era, where like he's rapping completely different now. I mean, not really. He still raps the same as he did back in Wolf.
Yeah.
Which people like forget Wolf was his second album.
It's weird because a lot of people were like, oh, you know, Bastard, Goblin, Wolf. I mean,
Bastard. He mentions Bastard quite a bit on Goblin, oddly enough.
Yeah, because like it implied, because I think he expected everyone to have at least listened to Bastard before they went to Goblin.
I did, and that was a very interesting experience.
Listening to Bastard? Oh.
Listening to everything back to back was very
Oh God, yeah, because like I have Bastard downloaded on my phone. It's pretty good for what it is as an early start.
Good, little rough production, but it's good compared to like Goblin, where like either the production is very like low key New York '90s styled hip hop, or you know like poppy hip hop with like She, and it's like, oh wow, this is cool. Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, we're going back. Oh no, what's going? Oh no, we're going back. Oh no, what's going on?
It'll be like you'll listen to Yonkers and then like a couple.
Which Yonkers is kind of a crazy track, but at least like the production is like booming bass and like, oh, I'm having fun, you know.
And then like, you know, a couple tracks in, you get to Analog and it's like so melodic, and
okay,
I'm like,
I just want to say this about Goblin, and I'm just gonna put it on the table. Listen, I know you like Radicals.
You don't like Radicals.
Listen, I'm trying to view this in a sense of he didn't have a lot of money. I'm just gonna assume that to make this song. But God, is it for the listening experience of listening to it? It is an awful listening experience, and I know you like it for the Earl thing. Yeah, it's cool. I like Earl Sweatshirt too, but like, it is an awful listening experience.
Fuck school. Kill people, burn shit.
That's cool if that's how he felt in the time. I'm not discrediting what he was trying to do. That's awesome if that's what he was trying to do. Well, God, it's an awful experience. Hold on.
You're okay with people killing things?
No. I'm just saying, in the context of him, like, you know, being a teenager and trying to like break out and like express himself. I have to view it in that way, and I really tried. I was like, okay, this is him when he was younger. Okay, he's like, you know, he's being out there, and he's like, you know, oh yeah, I'm awesome, and I'm just gonna say what I feel, and I'm like, it's very punky, but like I can't get with it. Why? What's wrong with me? I want to love it.
It's called You're Old, buddy. You're old.
And it sucks because like I really did like the Goblin era of Tyler back in high school, and just this was one of those songs where I'm like, I don't think it's aged as well as it should have. Whereas like Yonkers and She are like, you can just put that on at any time and it's like cool.
I know.
And the rest of the album has a horror vibe that I actually like, and I'm like, oh yeah, I vibe with this. This is like a horror movie soundtrack. It's cool. But that particular song is like,
why? Okay, there's worse. There are worse songs off that album.
You're not wrong.
But that one irks you the most.
I don't know why it's that one that irks me the most, because the rest of it I'm like, why am I giving this a pass in my head? But like this one bugs me for some reason.
I swear, like you probably got to Sandwiches and you're like, man, this is good, and he's like talking like about he's just talking about random nonsense.
I'm not gonna just credit the lyrics Because there's a lot of stuff he says words that I'm not gonna quote
Yeah,
that
no
you
shit.
cannot say today,
Tron
and that
Cat.
he doesn't even say it.
Tron Cat is the most family-friendly song off the whole album.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Is that the new rapper? I think I downloaded Tron Cat or something.
No, I'm talking the song.
I know that you're talking about the song, but I'm trying to segue into something else for a second. Was it that the YouTube guy? I'm trying to think if that's what it was or not.
No idea.
No. Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyway. Oh. Whoa! You acted like a Harvey Weinstein. You damn. You're like, this man touched me. No, please, cancel him. But yeah, Goblin is. If I had to give it objectively a score, I might get ridiculed for this. 7.5 out of 10.
Why? I'm a solid 6. It's a solid 6 for me. It's not his worst thing ever,
there's
but
good stuff on it. I mean, if I view it, I don't know if he was even going for the horror vibe. I think so.
No, he was,
so.
because like remember at the time, Odd Future and all that was all about turning heads in hip hop.
Wolfgang,
because it was
fuck that. Well, that was what hip hop was in general.
Well, because
turning heads.
Well, the thing is, they wanted to turn heads even further, because like.
I mean, they're not as open as like Brockhampton about like being gay or anything. I mean, I don't think Tyler's ever said out front he was gay.
No.
People just kind of just said that to like give an excuse to things.
I wouldn't say an excuse.
Not like to give an excuse per se, but more like view it differently. But he has definitely heavily implied he's like thought about being with a man for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like with lyrics, like kissing a man and all that. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think that really affects how I feel about the album in general.
Yeah, it's a good album.
But more so, I just think it's good. It's not great.
It's a interesting starting off point for Tyler. It's interesting to go back to it with like the mindset now, because he made that in 2011. That was 2011. That was 10 years ago.
So different.
10 years ago.
And can you believe that? It's so weird because like if you think about like on the new album, DJ Drama being on there, it's like, why is he there? Oh wait, yeah, Tyler was on DJ Drama's album back in like 2012. I completely forgot about that. I tried listening to it, by the way. Oh,
it's not good.
It's the most generic, like every beat's the same.
Like the most generic, like 2000s.
They're trying, like the rappers are trying over the beats, but like every beat is like DJ, and it's like, man, usually DJ Drama annoys the hell out of me when I listen to him like commentating over a track, but here I'm like, maybe I should give DJ Drama a second chance, because he was pretty cool actually on these tracks, and I thought like, it's gonna be annoying that he's even featured here. No, every track he's like in the background. It works. I like genuinely.
It. Mm-hmm. I don't have a bad time with it.
Could you imagine DJ Khaled?
Oh no! Imagine every 5 minutes. No, not every 5 minutes.
DJ Khaled. I know they got beef though, so that wouldn't happen.
No, imagine that. Like DJ Khaled on the album to the drum. God.
Well, I know that. I don't know if you're even aware of what DJ Khaled said about Igor. I don't know if you're aware. Are you aware? Do I need to like update you?
He said something. He was not happy about it. I know that much.
Okay, do you know the exact comment? Because I can tell you what he said. And it might make you mad.
Very vague. I know. I did hear it though, but you can repeat it.
What had happened was DJ Khaled had this like big album that he put out, and he got all upset because he didn't have the #1 spot. He didn't call out Tyler by name, but in his video, he said, I put in all this work, and I'm paraphrasing, this is not exact word for word what he said. Mm-hmm. Why did this weirdo get #1? Like all these weirdos out here, why did they get #1? And when I put in all this work, he was heavily implying Tyler, the creator, didn't put in as much work, which was very strange for him to even say that. And calling him a weirdo was very weird. I was like, bro, just because you don't like it and you think he's weird? Okay, well, fuck you then.
DJ Khaled, shut up. You scream your name every 5 minutes in your songs. That's not true.
He doesn't, for the mature audience out there, he doesn't go down on his wife. Yes, and, you didn't know that? Okay, well we're not gonna even discuss that any further. But
Bro, come on, dog. You gotta at least do what you gotta do for your wife, dog. Come on. Like DJ Khaled's
there's
watching
a
this.
multitude of reasons not to like DJ Khaled. I will say, however, there are songs that I'll listen. Not even for him, obviously. He doesn't even put in the work. There are songs where I'm like, oh, that song's cool. I mean, obviously, I'm there for the artist, which it's just funny that it says featuring artist when it's the artist there doing all the work. Like,
Yeah.
how does it even work? Like, yeah, what DJ Khaled, what do you do, man? Like, this is a calling. What do you do? Do you just scream things? Is that all you do? You're just in the video? You don't put any work in? I really genuinely am asking right now, what does DJ Khaled do?
I like how you imply that DJ Khaled's watching this.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll tag him. I'm not going to actually tag him.
You just start harassing him on Twitter every 5 minutes. DJ Khaled
DJ Khaled's going to watch this video and dislike the video.
just like Cass Williams.
They don't want you to win. They don't want you to win. Whereas DJ Drama's like, I love everything.
No, DJ Drum is weirdly a welcome addition. When I heard him just vibing around in the background on Lumberjack, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be cool, I guess, if he's just on there for a couple times. But he kept coming, and I'm like, okay, I actually really like this.
Well, what's odd about DJ Drum is he does actually have a unique kind of cool voice. I think it's just he likes to, whenever I'm listening to a free mixtape, he loves to take over the track and talk over the artist, and that's where I hate him. Here, it seems like him and Tyler are on the same page. Mm-hmm. So he'll either get it out of the way before the track even begins, or it'll actually make sense because he's actually talking about what Tyler is talking about, and it makes sense in the theme of the song. Yeah. So thankfully, that's what works. What's very annoying over a mixtape is he'll be like, the artist will be like, I'm drinking codeine, DJ Drum. He'll just straight up do that, and I'm thinking in my head, did he actually listen to this mixtape? Because he's not actually bringing anything to this mixtape. Which thankfully, DatPiff does actually give you the option, like, okay, if you don't want to actually listen to the DJ Drama version, you can actually go to the streaming and get rid of that. If you really want to do that. Instead of, like, getting it for free. Which, I mean, you should support an artist anyways on a mixtape. If they do give you the option, just be sure that you're actually supporting them, because sometimes apparently artists have not been getting paid for mixtapes if they give a paid option, oddly enough. That's become a more of a thing of artists actually want to get paid for mixtapes instead of, like, not. Because some mixtapes actually have been pretty popular from what I've read. Yeah. Speaking of mixtapes, Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, we're gonna go back.
Yeah. So Call Me by Your Name.
Call Me.
Oh yeah,
you know
that movie. Call Me by. Oh, you don't even the movie. Okay, yeah. Lil Nas X was actually referencing a movie specifically, but I'm not sure you're aware of it, so I'm not gonna discuss it.
Probably not. But Call Me If You Get Lost. I like it. Solid 9.5 out of 10.
I'm really kind of struggling to find anything bad about it, because at first when I read the track list, like, oh, 42 Doug's on here, like, how's that gonna work? And then I hear the song and I'm like, whoa, okay, the guy who's like signed by Lil Baby, how does this work? I could have even gone for a Lil Baby feature, honestly. That would have actually worked. Yeah, I think so.
What's interesting is, like, it's just a blend of a bunch of artists that have no right working as well as they do with this.
I had no problem. When I read it, I was like, oh, Ty Dolla $ign's going to probably be in the background. That's fine. No. That would probably work.
I think my least favorite thing, Lil Wayne's on this, but again,
he I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
No, it's for the reason that I don't like him.
You got to put that aside, man.
I know.
Okay, to preference it, political opinions aside, you got to admit Lil Wayne kills it.
He does. That's what I hate about it so much.
It's almost as if Lil Wayne is like, hey, forget that I supported Donald Trump. Just listen to this dope verse. Honestly, though, I could go for... Because Tyler did all the production from what I understand.
Except for Juggernaut,
I'm going to believe Pharrell did the production on that
one. No, him and Pharrell both worked on that one together.
I'm gonna believe Pharrell did all the back work on that, and Tyler just got a credit on that. I think it does say co-produced by Pharrell, because I think Pharrell wrote some of that with Tyler, because he got a writing credit on that. I noticed, not Lil Uzi, which is very strange. Also, shout out to Lil Uzi and Jack Harlow for reuniting.
Oh,
I don't know if you knew, but they had beef.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Because oddly enough, because of drama. Isn't that weird? How that comes full circle.
and it's even funnier because Tyler and Jack Harlow they took a picture together at BET.
Oh, man, could you imagine that?
That you were talking about
Tyler, Jack Harlow. Ooh, I already am like
throw Uzi verse.
Happy. Oh,
Throw Uzi verse in there, a little splash of an Uzi verse. Dude,
beautiful.
I think we just accidentally made something that hasn't even been announced yet, or is even in the works.
Because I know Tyler and Uzi are cool. So
yeah, Did you see
did they make anything before that? I don't think so.
Igor? They were together on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was on Igor's team.
Oh yeah, he didn't get credit for that though.
He's just kind of in the background.
Did Cali then believe that Uzi? But I can hear it.
Kaliukas is not on there. I don't think she is. She?
I heard it.
All right.
She's in the background. She's in there first before him. If you listen to it in the beginning, that's her in the background. Right around town, we gonna feel this. That's her in the background. If you listen to it close enough.
All right, I'm gonna have to give that a re-listen.
Dude, she's there. She's credited in like the credits. People didn't believe that either. They were like, "Oh, she's not in there." He had to clarify, like, these two artists are there. They're there for sure. I don't know why you don't believe it. They're there. They were in the studio, and he took a picture. Like, yeah, these people were there.
Oh.
Why don't you believe that she wasn't there? They've done music together before.
I know. Yeah, Kaliukas has been around with on Tyler's music since Cherry Bomb.
I think she's dating that Don. I don't know how to say his last name. Don Tolliver, I think it is, or something like that. I don't know if you're even aware who that is.
I've heard of him.
Because I saw that they had a song together, and I was like, oof. Ooh, okay, this is two voices that I didn't know I needed together. What the hell?
It's weird. It's weird that Kaliukas has been on Tyler's stuff since Cherry Bomb.
Did he jump on that song with her first, or was it the other way around? Was she on Flower Boy? I'm trying to think.
No, she was on Cherry Bomb first. She made her. Yeah, she was on a couple tracks. Find Your Wings.
Because then
Perfect.
they did that song with
Bootsy Collins, yeah.
I was about to say Boots Riley, but that's not right. That's so weird that there's like two Boots. There's Boots Riley, or Bootsy. Oh
Bootsy Collins and then Boots Riley.
Why there's so many Bootsies? Because one of them is like a director rapper, and then the other one is like a funk guitar
No, there's one Bootsy, and then there's a Boots.
Boots Riley and then Bootsy Collins. Bootsy baby. That's what he likes to say. Yeah. But then like in interviews, he really does talk like that. It's so weird because he's like, hey guys, what's up? But like he's like genuinely talking. He's like, yeah, I worked with James Brown.
Yeah, I like that. I like that song After the Storm. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
No, that was a Flower. No, that song came out around or either after Flower Boy, because Tyler talks about Flower Boy on there.
Flower Boy.
Yeah, I love that album.
Flower Boy. I would. I'm trying to think if I have any problems with that album either.
What, Flower Boy? Not really.
I don't think so.
No, I think it flows pretty well. If anything, I absolutely love Wolf. Wolf is my favorite Tyler album.
I do have small issues with it, but yes.
What? Okay, please elaborate.
What I have issues with is it wants to be two things at once. It wants to be a serious album, but then I have to put in this context. He was kind of transitioning from like being a teenager to an adult. Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
He was also dealing with the death of his grandma too.
God, I do love it though. That's the thing. But the problem is the tone is two things, and I don't think that's going to work for everybody. Does it work for me? Yes. Is it going to work for everybody else in the world?
No.
No, because I think Fantino gave that like a low score.
He gave it a 6.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I would give it a 9. I would say a 9. I was about to say 8.5, but 9. There are some good songs.
People kept commenting on his TikTok, why'd you give Wolf a 6? And he's like, because Igor and Flower Boy are better. I'm like, they are.
I mean, yeah, but like...
Wolf is really... if I were to really choose... Wolf is, in my opinion, is a transition between Goblin to Flower Boy, not Cherry Bomb. Because Cherry Bomb is that weird little experimental album. I've actually grown more of an appreciation for it over time. Just I used to
think
not
so,
like it as
too,
much.
yeah.
I did not like it as much as I thought I did when I first listened to it. I'm like, man, this kind of sucks. And I'm like,
Really, I never, because I always was kind of like, as an album experience, I always hated Goblin, but I always liked the singles. I was like, oh yeah, dude, this guy's awesome.
Oh,
and then I listened to Wolf, and I'm like,
I know. Wolf is so good. I don't have a bad time listening to Wolf. Even when it like slows down to be more like kind of sinister, almost reminiscent of Goblin.
I do really think that part, the skits, don't always work, but they work a lot better.
I mean, it's
little
a whole
bit.
camp aesthetic. The whole aesthetic is that he's just at camp. So
I kind of like that idea though, a little bit better.
he stole that from Childish Gambino. No, he didn't. He didn't.
No, he didn't.
I know he didn't.
I don't think so. It's not exactly.
I
the
literally
same
said
thing.
he didn't. Okay, whatever. I'm just making a joke. He would shamelessly rip off 2 years later. I have no idea how long
Camp
ago.
Childish Gambino. That
Hello.
man sucks. I'm kidding. No, he doesn't. Don't sue me, please.
Yeah, Wolf is my favorite Tyler
Wolf of
album.
Wall Street. My favorite now. That's probably gonna get some flack for this. My least favorite Martin Scorsese movie.
I've
honestly.
never seen it, so.
I don't know how you feel about it because like, if you look at the actual dude and then you look at Leonardo DiCaprio and you're like, they don't look fucking alike at all. I mean, I think the problem with that movie is, even though you've never seen it, so I know you can't have an opinion on this, is they are and aren't glorifying somebody who abused the Wall Street market system. On one hand, they're glorifying somebody who is a criminal, but I think it's up to you if you think he's a good guy or not. Because the movie's like, oh yeah, he was awesome and he like fucked bitches every day and did this and then that. But it's like, if you're the same person, you're like, no, fuck this guy. He's a piece of shit. I don't like this guy at all. Is it stylistic? Do I like it? Yeah. Is it my favorite Martin Scorsese movie? No. Would I watch it again? Probably on a 4K TV. Yeah. But yeah. Should we get into
Dave, yeah, the new.
Oh, Dave. You know, we'll get into Dave first. I do have some thoughts. Spoilers for season 2.
Up to right now, so spoilers up to season 2, episode 3 for anyone watching in the future.
Because I mean, I think the episode
comes out Thursday. Every episode comes out Thursday.
Yeah.
So by the
it's
time
live on Wednesdays, but they put it on Hulu on Thursdays. So,
so
that's when
yeah,
I watch it.
So yeah, by the time this goes up, season 2, episode 4 is already gonna be out.
Wow.
You
First
got
of
rid
all-
of the general?
First of all,
Sorry.
before we even get to that,
I'm sorry. So
first
funny.
of all, what was up with season 2, episode 1 having a commentary on Korea, like the K-pop genre?
I literally
kept
forgot.
like stopping the episode to be like, wait, was that a real thing? I'm like, oh shit, it is? What? I love how he had a comedic take
on
everything going on in Korea, but like there was some truth to it. Now, I'm not sure how true the military part is. I couldn't really find a lot of information on that.
Maybe that's for a good reason.
I tried to find information on that. There was not a lot of information on that. That could be true. I tried to dig deep on that one. Now, I found a lot about the whole gang thing and like the mafia. There was a lot of information, oddly enough, about that being true. Despite the fact that, like, you know, they're like, no. Like, I think it's CL's their name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I wasn't familiar with that group, and I was like, oh, wait, North Korea has, like, rap groups out there? Damn, that's cool. I was like, wow. First of all, that song is silly that they... But I think the show knows it. I think the show knows it.
The song is literally called Korea.
It's basically a parody of...
K-pop and rap. I mean, not too...
No, it was more specifically a parody of Psy. I could tell that that's what they were going for.
I can tell they were going... I think they were poking fun at the song he did with Snoop Dogg, Hangover.
I think so, maybe
Hangover.
loosely. I think if they had gone full circle and had Psy, maybe they tried to, and they couldn't get him in there.
Just saying, if they had Psy, oof.
Because Psy kind of, let's be honest, Psy kind of fell off. I mean, here. Maybe he's doing fine over in Korea. I don't know. I don't know how good to be fair, I haven't checked in a while.
Psy walked so BTS could stride.
Yeah, because like Psy, I love how we're getting into a Psy commentary now.
I love Psy so much.
I do and I don't, because like, It wasn't for me back then. Do I like it now? Yeah, in a casual sense. Like, yeah, I'll put on Gangnam Style occasionally. Do I think Hangover is a terrible song? Yeah, it's awful. It's god awful, terrible. I don't care if you have Snoop Dogg on your song. I love Snoop Dogg.
I don't care. Yeah,
The beat was atrocious. It's incredibly generic.
The thing is, the song like made.
I know it's kind of a comedy, but I don't care if you put comedy in. It's not funny. Like
no, the thing is, the song seems like it was made for the Korean audience. No, not
really. I feel like they were trying to have mass appeal. I feel like
I'm lying. It's the other way around. The music video seems like it was made for a Korean audience.
I get that,
but the song seems like it does.
I
seem
get that,
it was
but he was
pander.
totally trying to. He was totally trying to have like
it both
universal,
ways.
like billboard on that, and that since that didn't happen, he like. I don't know. I haven't really checked in with him, so I don't know like how he's doing. I don't know. How you doing, man? I don't know.
He's watching this. I like how you keep like asking like famous people if they're watching this.
Man, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm out. No, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I'm back. How are you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, so Sai. No, screw that. Let's go back to Dave. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Dave.
Hi, I'm Style.
Dave. Hi, I'm Dave.
This is a good show.
You know, it's kind of crazy that Tyler hasn't been in the show because they did play Earthquake. It's kind of wild.
And they have Taco on there. And
wouldn't it make sense that they would just have Tyler on there?
They should have him, and then they should ask.
It'd just be a joke like,
hey, you kind of look like my friend Taco.
No. Here's this might be corny.
Oh.
Stay with me.
Oh.
Dave and Els are at a taco truck. Tyler the Creator comes up. You know, does a handshake with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. Let's get some tacos.
That's stupid as shit. I want to see this.
I totally know that they would do that if they did it.
Because like funny.
That would be a funny reference.
Funny you say that because I always think of the Punked episode where they made him think that he blew up a whole taco truck.
Forgot about that.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Have you seen that episode Punked where you just like the whole taco truck explodes? He just dives like headfirst into the back of a truck.
Was Punked actually still around? Tyler the Creator? I've not seen that.
It was okay.
Was that part of the new one, the Quibi one, or
no, old school? Because like Tyler. I don't think
the show still around.
I don't think he did Wolf yet. I think he had just been fresh off Goblin.
Was Ashton Kutcher still there?
No idea.
I didn't know that they did Punked back then. I thought the show was already canceled at that point.
Nope, he got punked. It was.
Are you sure that was Punked? I'd have to look that up.
He's even like, I'm Tyler. I just got punked, and I'm like, bro, what?
Okay, I didn't even know that the show still existed at that point.
Whoa.
Oh well, something fell. All right, well that's gonna be odd on camera.
It is. It's gonna be weird.
We're not making a bit. Something physically fell over there. I don't know what
first
it
was the umbrella, now it's something over there.
That's wild. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't even aware.
Blown your mind.
Yeah, but I just love that. Okay, they're giving the commentary that weed is apparently a big deal in Korea. That's actually kind of funny, but also kind of scary at the same time. Like,
oh yeah, it's weirdly tense because like, dude,
because like fucking Gato takes a pit and like does the duck thing and then like
the duck
or not the duck, not the duck, the bunny ears. Sorry, I don't know why I said duck. Duck face.
He does the bunny ear thing and he has a fucking blunt in his hand. It's fucking goofy.
And then she's just like, I didn't know this. Clearly none of my fans noticed. So.
And what's even funnier is that like they're fucking terrified because they think that she's not coming to the music video because of the blood.
There's a good payoff to that because when they finally get to the music video and they go through all that shit, they finally fix everything. Oh shit, she's about to commit suicide. That's what they think, and it's the funniest thing ever when the person falls down and they're like, no! Wait, did you guys think I was gonna commit suicide? No. All right, well, see you later.
Oh yeah, and what's so weird that their like intern gets militarized. He gets like,
Okay, that was strangely dark. That was weird.
it was really fucking dark. Jesus.
What's up with this? I mean, not as if season 1 isn't dark, where physically Dave like kills himself. Oddly enough, I mean, in context, like he's basically
Killing the younger part of himself that didn't.
I would say that's what they were heavily implying.
Like, he didn't kill the younger part of himself that, he killed the younger
They
part.
very much established that, at least like to an extent, it's kind of physically happening because like he puts him in the oh man. I can't believe they got that on TV. That's crazy.
He was a kid too. He was like 13 and he just fucking suffocates. Little Dicky has killed a 13-year-old.
I mean, I guess if you do anything with TVMA, you can do it. I guess.
I guess, yeah.
It's like.
But yeah, you wanted to go back and watch all of it before you watched season 2. I still vaguely remembered a lot of it, so I was still fun.
I would say it's fair if I rewatch all of it since it's been so long. We didn't even know if season 2 was gonna happen for a while, and then he just came out and confirmed, like, yeah, well, like we finished it during the pandemic. It's all done. It's all good to go. And I'm like, really? Because like they stopped production for a little bit, but then they like were like, okay, we're back on. We have safety protocols, so we're gonna finish it. And I'm like, oh, okay. But can I just say that the ginger friend, I believe his name is also Andrew, oddly enough.
There he is.
And I'm like, wow, for a stand-up comedian, this guy's really good at acting. I didn't even know they were like him and Dave were like friends in real life. I was like, oh, word? Like they've known each other for like this is not a gag. Like the story is like basically Dave, for anybody that hasn't seen Dave, is a loose truth version
of Little Dicky's life.
What has happened in Dave's real life. It's basically
you should probably give context to who Dave is, because you talk to him like you know him, but like
so basically Dave is about Little Dicky. If you don't know who Little Dicky is,
Earth, Earth, professional rapper, Pillow Talk.
Let Me Freak. That was probably one of his biggest ones. That started his. Well, actually, funny. Okay, so I listened to a podcast.
Talking with a bitch.
I'd listened to a podcast where he came on and he just talked to these like 2 white dudes. You know, like all podcasts are. 2 white dudes talking to some other white dude.
I'm not white.
I know, but back in 2014, that's all it was. And he'd given context that, you know, he just made songs for like, he like apparently back then was like, okay, I'm just going to make all these songs and like, just make them because I don't know where this is going to fucking go. Like he was just an ad guy. Like he just worked for like ad companies and shit. So the way he did the Let Me Freak music video was he legit did a fucking Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
He legit did that. So I was like, oh.
And people actually supported him, and now he's Little Dicky.
He needed 100K, but he just put like 70K, just be like, okay, let's get the ball rolling. Like, and then he was like, oh shit, damn, people are supporting me. Holy fuck. But to come full circle, like, yeah, like he's been legit grinding, and this show, Dave, is basically a dramatized version. Like some people like Gaeta, obviously Andrew, are actually in his life. His name was changed, obviously, for the show. You know, his parents are loose. They're heavily, if you listen to the album and the actors, it's like, whoa. They like seriously got the casting down for his parents. If you listen to the album Professional Rapper and watch the show, it's like, wow, they got these 2 people to play his Jewish parents very well. Can I just say they are hilarious? They are like the comedy relief for the whole Dave. Anytime like anything dark is happening, you know, Dave's just not having a good time. His parents will just come in and be like, oh, we support Dave. We don't know what rap is, but we're going to support this, and we love him. And
I love when they do the Little Dicky thing, and they don't know what that means.
That's a good commentary that they're like, okay, you know, you're possibly doing a gang sign even though you're not.
No, not like Dave. Like that scene is funny too. I'm talking to his parents later on when they meet him at the concert. Like they do the Little Dicky.
We wanted to meet Little Dicky. I'm like, you're just gonna meet the same person. He's not gonna be who he really is with you. You're his parents. Of course, he's gonna put on a filter.
That episode is so funny when they go out clothes shopping, and he's like, "You look like a playing card." He's like, "Oh, you did the Little Dicky thing." No, it's a Crip thing.
Okay.
Hold on, you're talking every time I do a Little Dicky thing, it's a Crip sign?
I got something to say about the Gaeta episode where we actually get backstory about the whole bipolar.
That was.
I didn't know how they were gonna handle that because I had read about it, and when I watched it again, I was like, oh, well, they were taking this 100% seriously. Like they're actually giving context behind everything, showing like, you know, him trying to quit the medication, but then he's like realizes he has to take it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, clearly
It's
Lil Dicky
dark.
cares about it. It
Yeah.
is dark, but you know, let me say this. I now understand why Little Dicky is friends with Kanye West. This completely makes sense now. Because he has stated many times he's friends with Kanye, although apparently he couldn't get him on Earth, which is odd. But you know,
He got Kevin
it is
Hart.
what it is.
Yeah, Kevin Hart to do Kanye.
It probably
over
would have been not funny if he actually got Kanye to play Kanye. That would have been weird.
here.
I just love little squeaky Kanye and little Kanye coming in. And I'm Kanye West. Like,
So fucking
not
stupid.
at all sounding like him. It's just funny.
Oh yeah, it's so funny.
But yeah, the fact that they take bipolar so seriously
Mm-hmm.
in this is astonishing. It's great television, and it really did. Like the whole time, I was like, "Dude, you guys are gonna get me to cry in a comedy. What the hell is going on?" Because the way I looked it up, and I'm like, "Wow, like they're taking the subject matter very seriously. They're actually doing it very accurately to how people who have bipolarism actually like physically are." And I'm like, wow, like this is not a joke. There's no gags or anything. Well, there's some laughs later on, and apparently like he had to admit to Dave, like Lil Dicky, yeah, I'm bipolar, man. This is why I am this way. Like that was a real thing that happened, and he was scared to put in the show. He was scared to do it.
It's tough to watch too because the whole episode is just it's like you know Dave, his friend Els and Andrew, they're all stressed and arguing about the live show, and Gate is dealing with his own little thing, and he doesn't want to bring it up because he doesn't want to make their lives any more stressful.
But like it is difficult.
And he has to bring it up because like otherwise you know he doesn't want to let his friends down. And it's really hard to watch, but it's really good. It's written so
the
well.
first thing that's hard to unpack is like mental health just in general is a difficult conversation that's been difficult to have in general.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're adding, mental health in the black community has been kind of, you know, people don't want to talk about that, especially like, what's that? And what I think this opens the door for is to talk more openly about that, which I really appreciated. Also, I just want to talk how I love how Lil Dicky gives his friends individual episodes where it's not just Lil Dicky in general, it's actually giving his friends character arcs. This show could have easily gotten lost of Dave being the center of the show, but he actually gives screen time to his friends to actually have characters as well.
Oh yeah,
actually feel like people.
Yeah. It balances the blend of everyone's episode. I love it. And the episode with Els and that girl he hooks up with, and how they just become friends. And then
I love how that comes up later in season 2.
And then
where Gata just snitches on them, and I'm like, oh, that shit's hilarious.
And then they go out and take Trippie Red's nephew to go get a wooden shirt.
That was actually funny. I was like,
they go take him to go get a wooden shirt.
I like how Trippie Red's just part of the plot now. Like at first when Trippie Red shows up, it's like, you know, he doesn't like Elle's beats at first, and then it's like, oh, he does actually end up liking it later when he shows him some different shit. He's like, oh, so there's a character progression. Like Trippie Red comes back and is like, yeah, I like that. Like, you know, take care of my kid. Here's some money. I just love how that feels so realistic though. Trippie Red's just grabbing wads of cash, giving it to his cousin, and like, shit is
was it his nephew or his cousin?
Nephew.
I'm
sorry, nephew. Let me clarify, nephew.
Yeah, but it's so funny. He's like he goes out and buys a wooden shirt. I'm sorry.
It's so dumb.
I've never wanted something that's so ridiculous in my life.
But I do feel like hipsters in California would actually sell that. That's the sad part, but the funniest part about that.
And in that cute scene later on where he's dancing with a girl and he buys her a wooden shirt. It's cute as hell. It's so goofy to watch them try to dance while she's in a wooden shirt, but it's adorable. I don't have
Can I just talk about how they have a funny commentary on silent parties? Because silent podcast, that is a real thing, by the way. I looked it up. People do. Silent concerts? Silent DJing?
That's stupid. I don't like it.
I just love how Dave just automatically is like, dude, this is dumb. You guys know this is stupid, right? But of course they're like, okay, Elza's gonna do it because he needs to get a paycheck, obviously.
Yeah. And
I love how he fucks up and he's like, oh shit, put the music back on, and all the white people are like, And I absolutely love that gag where he starts rattling off insults and the people are like,
ah, you fucking suck.
you hate white people, right?
Like, yeah. It's so fucking funny.
It was so satisfying. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is hilarious.
And he's like, everyone fucking sucks in here. I'm like, bro, oh my God. It has no right being as funny as it is.
I gotta imagine and wonder, like, was that improvised or was that written? Because either way, it is fucking hilarious. I just want to know now. That's all I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wonder how much of the... It seems like some of it is written, but then some of it is just banter that's just improvised, but it actually works.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't tell where the medium is of which was written and which was not. Like, obviously, the story arc of him and Allie. What a depressing but actually relatable relationship in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Allie.
It's cute at first because like, oh, she supports him, and then oh,
it's like, oh wow, they actually. Okay, I just want to say that episode where they openly talk about their sexual relationship, I was like, whoa. I don't think I've ever seen it this open on TV.
Yeah.
Where like, they're like, yeah, dude, we need to talk about our sex because it's just not working the same way. We need to talk about this. I love how the table though comes up that's used at the end comes back up in season 2. Like
no, it doesn't come back up. It comes.
No, it's season 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not where it is.
Like they're trying to have a cookout, and like he puts a lemonade pitcher right in the hole.
Oh shit.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, we have
milking.
We have a milking rule. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave.
You probably should put a warning on this video, just saying.
Well, I mean, YouTube gives the option to say not for kids, so I already put that by default.
All right.
I mean, I hate that rant time. I hate that I, the creator, have to by default do that. That's stupid, but I understand YouTube is trying to fix something that, of course, they're already late. Oh, we have pedophiles on our platform. Let's make the creators try and fix this. That's not how that works, YouTube. God, we can be here all day discussing YouTube issues.
Come on, Susan.
No, we're not even going to get into that. I could rant about that all day.
But yeah, Dave, let's talk about them.
So, wow. Okay, so season 2, episode 3. I just want to discuss.
Well, hold on. You missed season 2, episode 2 before we get on to that.
Okay.
That one's an interesting episode. He's still dealing with the breakup between him and Allie. He goes out clubbing, and then the bombshell after the first episode of season 2, he doesn't have an album. He says he's been working on an album. It's not even done. All the only.
I love how like the label head's like, all right, put an album out. Let's do that day.
It's like, oh, what day do you want to put it out? How about 9/11? I'm like,
okay,
oh. It's like,
no.
He's like, well, it shouldn't just be about the day. Well, the thing is, that one's this one coming up is the 20th anniversary.
Oh, it is always about the day. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And he's like, okay, what about April Fool's Day? I was like, okay, all right, you got.
I mean, a lot of musicians actually do that a lot because people get confused and then they just kind of stream it out of curiosity. I know Big Sean and Janae. I'm not even gonna try to say her. Jane Aiko. She's Janelle Monáe, you know.
Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe. That would be actually really cool if they did an album together, but I don't know how that would work at all. Big Sean just being like, I'm on a bike, I'm on a trike. Woo! That would be the weirdest album ever.
I'd be down for that.
Although, what is Janelle Monáe doing even anymore?
I don't know. Let her live her life.
Oh yeah, apparently she's gonna be Knives Out too, so that's interesting.
That's cool.
She got confirmed, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot she was an actress because she was in Moonlight, and yeah, I think she won an Oscar for some movie. I'm trying to think of what it was.
I don't know.
Was it Moonlight? No, I don't think it was. Okay, briefly, I love that Moonlight won, but like La La Land won. They get up there in the stage. The white guy's like, no, this is a mistake. This is not a joke.
It's Moonlight. And
Moonlight.
And the way he's holding it, he's like...
I just love that everybody from the cast is up there, and I'm like, oh no. And that woman dipped that was up there with that dude. She dipped. she knew she made a mistake because she was like trying to rush it. She was like, "No, it's La La Land," and that dude was like, "Oh shit, this isn't right." And he's trying to like say it, but they already cut off his mic. They're like, "Oh no, all right, let's give it to this guy." Oh no, and I like both movies just evenly for different reasons. I was like, "Oh well, all right, Moonlight one, cool." But back to Dave.
It's Moonlight, yeah, Dave. Let's.
You know, we'll get to episode 3, which has the commentary on the gay community, as they attempt to have a commentary on that in a weird way. But
Yeah.
you know. But season 2, episode 2.
It's weird because like he's at a party. Els is back in LA. He didn't let Dave know, and
That
Dave
was kind of sad.
Dave was a little upset about that. I mean, he had just gotten to
he's
LA.
kind of out of his element. He's trying to he's trying to go to a party. He's like trying to be there, talk to people. Nobody knows him there.
Yeah.
You can already tell he's pissed off about it. He's like sad about it. He's like, man, nobody knows me here.
And
My friends are ignoring me. I'm out of my element.
I love when Els just goes into the bathroom. He just does coke casually, and he leaves. And Dave's like, "This man did cocaine in here."
And everybody at the party's like,
Whatever.
"What do you want me to do about it?"
So funny.
And then I just love how Dave is like looking for random people to like talk to. He's like, maybe these white people will know me.
He's just I don't know. And then he just leaves the party, and then he meets that girl. And it's an interesting way of it.
It broke my heart a little when he did that because I was like, oh, he's just trying to cope Allie with another girl, isn't he? Yep, the song came up and he tried to make her sing to it. Yep. That really broke my heart when he tried to do that.
Yeah, it was kind of...
Okay, I just want to say that segment where, like, it's so ridiculous where they do a fake out. At first I was like, oh, so he just realizes he can't do this. Okay, he just sends her home. All right. Then it's like, oh, this is getting darker. Oh my God.
He's dead.
Oh my God. He's falling out that part where he like falls out with the head. Yeah, I knew.
With the VR headset.
That's where I knew it was fake. I was like, okay, this is not real. This is not happening.
It was funny, and then he's like...
Oh, it's funny. It's just that's the point where I'm like, okay, I know this is not reality.
Also, the line out of context, "Is your dick as weird as they say it is?"
Yes.
It's so fucking funny.
Apparently that's not even real. That was just a joke for the show.
Okay.
That wasn't real.
And then you know what I thought?
Well, no, okay, that's not fully true. He says his dick is weird. But apparently, evidently, it's not.
But like what's interesting is like the only person he ever told that was his doctor and Allie. His dick was weird.
And even then, like Allie had to like beg him, like, okay, well, show it to me, and he like was like,
He's still so conscious about it.
I don't want to do that. But I just love how Allie's like, I love you, so just show it to me.
That is a stand-up dick. That's the line. It's so fun. And then like, okay, now we can talk about season 2, episode 3.
Okay, and now we progress to the actual episode that Allie is at the end of, like, because I was like waiting for it because she's at the premiere, and I'm like, oh, is Allie ever gonna show up in this show? Like, is she gonna be here? Yeah. Oh, she is. Before we even get to that, we get to, Dave and Benny Blanco. Yes, Benny Blanco is an actual character.
He just plays he plays himself.
Like, I know he does, but like, he's just physically being I don't know if he's actually Jewish or not, but like, it's implied heavily that he looks like a Jewish guy.
I love that joke in the first season. Like, oh, you guys look so alike. Are you guys brothers? We're Jewish.
Okay, I love how like in like real life, Lil Dicky's like, he's just like so ugly. Like Benny Blanco is so ugly. Like he's just hot. It's weird. Like girls just love him, and I'm like, wow, I kind of see what you're saying. It's weird because like I look at him and I'm like, I guess he's not conventional and attractive, but like, wow, yeah.
He's not hot.
He's kind of pulling it off though.
He's not hot,
he's
but damn.
Off the hair.
Yeah. But yeah, that episode is crazy.
That comedic timing for like a producer, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
How good it is. Cause like I'm like, dude, why is this guy so good at acting? It's so weird.
It is kind of
how good
weird.
Benny Blanco is. Because I think at first he's just gonna be like this, like one character who's gonna show up once and help Dave, and then that's it. No, he like comes back, is like, The one thing that I love about Benny Blanco's character is no matter what's going on in Dave's life, he's always there to be the positive role model. Despite what you say about him maybe coming off one way or another, he's there to be like, all right, let's do this. Let's make some music.
I think, yeah, and in the second season, I like his character more than the first season. Because
at first he does kind of come off as like a jerk.
Yeah.
A little bit, like he's kind of like full of himself. But the more you get to know him, the more you're like, okay, he's actually there for Dave, and like now they're actually becoming friends and like kind of hanging out a little too much, if you ask me.
Yeah, we
a little weird.
They got comfortable in the shower together. It was weird.
This is only white people shit. They're like hanging out naked, and I'm like, yeah, only white people would do this shit. Hanging out naked, looking at each other's dicks, rubbing up against each other. I'm like, yeah, only white people would do this.
And then the fucking scene where he puts gum in his Benny Blanco's butthole.
I was like, okay. There's no excuse for this. That's not white people shit. That's just weird. That's too far for me.
And then Gaeta and his friend show up at the crib.
I love how the contrast of Gaeta like, nah man, I don't deal with that gay shit. And then his friend is like, I don't care.
His friend's an EMT, that's the thing.
I love the contrast of, nah man.
It's so funny, and then Gaeta out of nowhere is like, huh, that white privilege has caught up to you, huh? It's so funny.
But I also love at the same time that Gaeta's friend isn't exactly on their side. He's like, dude, I am not unpacking like years of shit for you guys. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
And then the B story with like Andrew, and he's like, man, who left this note? Talking to me about my packing peanuts and whatnot. And he gets angry, and he starts being a Karen about it.
I love the commentary on the Karen thing. Is Andrew pulls out his phone and starts recording the guy, and the guy like is just all calm, like, why are you recording me? What did I do? Like seriously. And Andrew progressively starts getting less pissed, like, shit, I guess I'm wrong. Okay.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And then hold on, the fucking EMT friend is like, oh yeah, we were playing around. He got wild gum stuck in my butthole, and then we were trying to get some peanut butter to get it out. I knew I smelled peanut butter.
But I just love how he's like, damn, that looks cancerous. And he's like, and then Benny Blanco just like,
He starts freaking out. Yeah, he starts.
Oh no. I think it's Chuck or Chet.
They keep calling themselves. Yeah, they keep calling each other Check. It's weird.
Check. Okay, that's the one joke where I had no idea what was going on. Maybe it's a reference to something, but it was fucking hilarious that they kept doing that.
Oh yeah. And then he goes to the dermatologist,
and it's like, oh, it's all good. But then that comes into another gag where he's like, oh shit, Allie's my fucking doctor. So he goes through the effort of trying to text Allie, doesn't work, goes to a different color, thinks that she's blocked him, goes to her house. Goes way too far with this. Mm. She opens the door happily, like, because she's, as we find out,
she's on painkillers.
On pain medication, which I've used that before. It does that if you take too much, and she's taking way too much. This is where the show almost gets dark, because, like, she lets him in, they start talking, like, oh, you know.
She's all like fizzy
she's being
lifting.
Way too honest.
She's all fizzy lifting drink, and then she brings out a bottle of wine. And he's like, Dave's like, are you sure you should be drinking that? Because you're on medication.
Because you're not supposed to do that. And she's like, oh well, whoops, I had company, so I just kind of grabbed it. So let me put it back. That's where the show could have gotten dark. I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me Allie is drinking alcohol and taking pain medication, because that can fuck your body up and you will die if you do that. You will physically die. Your body will be like, what are you doing? And it'll try and like get it out of there, but then your body's just not working correctly, so it'll kill you physically. Not like the first time, obviously, but do not do that.
Nope.
Like, do not do it. That's a terrible idea. But thankfully, it kind of is dark still, what's going on, but like, you know, thankfully they go away from that, and they're like, okay, well, she's not doing that. She's smart enough not to do that. She might be taking a little bit too much pain medication, being a little bubbly. But, you know, this also could just be Allie, you know, trying to cope with the breakup and just not working correctly.
And then she mentions that she ended up getting a mole removed. And in that scene in the bathroom.
That is the most precious, cute moment in the world of the episode is Dave still cares about her, so he'll help her. And I just love the moment where he's like, I don't want to see your breasts. Don't do that. And it's like, you've seen them a million times. Why does it matter? And it's so cute.
It is so cute. And then he takes off the bandage. He's about to put a new one. Throws up in her fucking open wound.
Before we even get to that, it's like, I'm still sad about you. And I was like, no, don't do this. Don't make me cry right now in a comedy. Because it's so well written. Those two work well together. It's so
adorable, yeah. It's
when
adorable
you
and sad, yeah.
progress like at the beginning, it's like, oh, this is a cute little relationship. Oh no. But they're kind of leaving the door open to maybe they'll get back together, maybe not.
Who knows?
But I was like, oh my god, when that puke came, I was like, why is this actually funny?
You told me, I'm like, it's like 1 a.m. I'm about to go to bed because I have work the next day. And you're like, you better watch. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it before I go to bed.
I bullied you into watching the new episode because I was like, dude, this is actually hilarious.
It was so funny. It was so funny. And in that comment, there's the weirdly adorable comment about how like the mole on her back, they gave it a name. It's so adorable. Like, you got rid of the general? Yeah. What about the lieutenants? Oh, the lieutenants stayed. The doctor said that they weren't a problem, but the general was. It's so goofy. I love it.
Of course, it's white people doing this shit. Mm-hmm. Again.
I love that.
But I love it.
I love that commentary where it's just like only white people do weird ass shit like that.
I know, right? This is why we love Little Dicky.
You got some explaining to do.
Hey man, Lil Dicky does not speak for all white people.
I know he doesn't.
Hey man, he's Jewish. I don't speak for him. Sorry, I'm not anti-Semitic. Don't cancel me. Don't do that. Whoa!
Off with your head.
As famously Ice Cube said, I'm anti-Jerry Hill or not.
Holy shit, that blanket just fell. Things are falling today.
Things are falling. Like this vinyl is falling into my hands.
Oh,
right now.
You kind of just grabbed it, but all right. New edition. We're going to talk about an album we've been listening to aside from the new Tyler one. So he's got New Edition.
What I love about this album, first of all, it is an OG pressing. As I struggle to get this out, with a freaking poster. Look at that. Ooh. That's beautiful.
I can't see.
What I love about Candy Girl from New Edition, it's their first album, is they were young. Oh, how young were they? They physically have their ages on the back of the vinyl. Ralph was 14, Robert was 15, Michael was 14, Ricardo was 15, Bobby Brown was 14. I just love... First of all, I only paid $10 for this, by the way. Well worth money spent.
Nice.
$10. $10 for an OG pressing of Candy Girl, the debut album from New Edition.
$10 whole.
I love how Michael Jackson this album is.
But
also is its own little thing, even though they are ripping them off, if that's what you want to say. But they're kind of embracing Michael Jackson on this album at the same time, but also being their own little thing. They're not exactly ripping them off. They've expressed many times, that's just what people were doing back then. They were embracing what was in the music industry, and they were making it good in their own way. So, like, the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson, like, kind of did raps in their vocals, but not to the extent that New Edition did it, where, like, you know, they're singing and then they have, like, them, like, you know, say their names and, like, rap something, you know. They didn't exactly do that, you know. You're not going to hear Michael Jackson being like, Michael, you know, yeah. Whereas this group, like, you know, they all individually get their own little, like, raps and everything, and, you know, every member of the group gets their own little time to shine on a song. You know, there's a love song, you know, there's this and that. I would totally recommend, I mean, obviously everyone's heard of New Edition. You listen to Candy Girl on vinyl because it's so beautiful. Oh my God. I love it. But I just love how happy this album is for the most part. Like, they're just kids. They're like, I'm in love, you know, oh, I'm just going to go to the park, you know. It's something unique about it.
I gotta listen to this.
That I love about it.
This shit sounds cute as hell.
But yeah, my favorite songs off of it would be Popcorn Love. It's just so happy. It's like, Popcorn Love. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Candy Girl, of course, which is Candy Girl. It's basically ABC by the Jackson 5.
But the lyrics are different.
But, I mean, the rhythm is basically the same, but I don't give a shit that it's the same. That they probably ripped off ABC. I fucking love it still. I love it. Man, I'm in awe of how good in condition this thing is for $10.
I know.
It is a freaking London pressing. It's ridiculous. I mean, a fun factoid about this album, though, that's really sad is New Edition only got paid $1 for their tour of this album.
Dang.
$1.
That's kind of
Isn't that crazy?
That's fucked up.
If that got done today, oh my god, all hell would break loose. That the artists like got paid $1 for touring, working their ass off, doing the choreography. Oh my god. Back then they were like, oh, these. So what they did is they would get obviously the kids couldn't legally sign. They couldn't do that. But they did have them sign it anyways. And then they had the parents sign it as well. And the parents were trying to like work with, but this guy fucked them over. Totally fucked them over. It's a really sad story. I mean, if you haven't watched the New Edition story on BET, please watch it because it's actually a really quality product. It feels like a movie every episode, and it's really, really, really fucking good. Whether or not it's all completely true, that's another story. I basically like to call it the R&B version of Straight Outta Compton, and I think that's a fair statement to actually make. So. And Alvaro was like, damn, I didn't have that much prepared.
Yeah, because, I mean, the only other album besides the new Tyler one when I was listening to was Channel Orange. I decided to go back and listen to it because...
I'm kidding. I love it. I'm kidding.
Because the whole reason I went back to it is because I was like, hold on, I think I'm going insane. Because I personally think Channel Orange is a little bit better than Blonde. Blonde is great. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Blonde.
I actually agree with that.
Blonde is more or less his quintessential album. However,
but Blonde is like a different product though. Like he just kind of put that out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I absolutely adore Channel Orange. In many ways, I think it's a lot better than Blonde. I do think Blonde is his best album. But
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Okay. Now that you know that he's openly gay, it's still the same for you, correct?
Nothing's changed.
Okay.
I'd listen to it after knowing he was openly gay.
And I really dislike that
people think
DJ Akademus, I don't even give a shit if I'm saying his name wrong or not. We'll say DJ AK. We'll go with that because he calls himself AK. I dislike that he said a comment about now that Frank Ocean is openly gay, that makes it differently for him.
It doesn't.
What I don't understand about that comment is, were you just envisioning that being a girl the whole time? Is that why you dislike it now, and because it scares you that he admits he's openly gay? That's what I'm a little confused about. Like, why does that make it different for you, and why don't you like it now?
It's weird.
I just think it's weird that people even said that. Like, why does that matter to you? Like, why does that make it different? If he's talking about a man or a woman, like, it's just good music, Oh
yeah, and the thing is, everything that's on that album is a personal experience of his. That's for the most part. Everything he's ever done, music-wise, is a personal experience of his. That's why he takes like such long breaks in between music to build personal experiences to talk about on his music.
I think he's just a very interesting, cultivating, like, person. Like, he can just literally disappear for like years
and then release an album.
Physically jump on a Calvin Harris song and somehow it'll go platinum.
I mean, he was also on Call Me If You Get Lost.
Was he?
He was ad-libbing on Lemonhead, talking about how he likes green, every shade of green. It was weird.
Really? He's not credited on Wikipedia, so I'd have to look that up. I didn't know. I thought so, but I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, it's
if
him.
It was him or not.
Yeah, it's him. And I absolutely adore how beautifully Channel Orange just flows together. Each song is unique from each other, and I love the skits that it's just him driving around and watching TV. He's watching TV and listening to the radio. That's all the little skits in between.
It's coming full circle now because he has his own radio on GTA 5.
It is weird. I love that.
And it is weird, but it's like,
okay,
isn't it kind of cool that now he literally gets somewhere to promote music he actually likes? I wish he was doing the commentary. They got somebody else to do it. That really bugs me a little. But respect that he's actually getting paid for something. That's cool.
Yeah. If I were to really say something about Channel Orange is that it does
It's
not.
terrible. I'm kidding.
I know it does not get as much love as Blonde because.
Well, I think the thing is, it doesn't have as much push. That's the thing.
Really?
No, I'm just saying it promotional wise.
I think it's also because it is released under a label, and I think he
Whereas like Blonde, like they were like
he released
pushing it heavy, and people were that was like the most bootlegged album ever when Blonde came out. It was all over YouTube. It was like every fucking where. Everybody was bootlegging that shit.
Yeah.
And then thankfully they fixed that. They were like, okay, get rid of that. Put it back up here legally. There you go. Now you can listen to it.
Yeah, and like Blonde is a great album, but I honest to God, I have such a around my room. I'm sorry, that song is so great.
Is that the one that won the Grammy? I think it did.
Yeah, no, the whole album won a Grammy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because that was kind of a head turner when that won a Grammy because everybody was like, "What?
This man?" Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, because he had come out of nowhere, more or less. And the thing is, Def Jam would not let him put out an album. But, you know, as soon as he linked up with Odd Future and Tyler, and he did Nostalgia Ultra and some stuff for Odd Future, Def Jam's like, okay, we'll give you a chance.
Because the album is pretty good. I mean, I would say I prefer it over Blonde. I'd listen to it.
The problem is it's under the Def Jam label. I think he did pay to get that out. Def Jam.
So, to an extent, I think he owns the master of it now. Yeah. I think if you stream it, it still says it though.
Yeah, it does say Def Jam on it. Which I mean, he did.
I know he owns it now for sure.
The thing is, he used Endless to get out of the Def Jam contract. Which I mean, to credit.
To be fair, I'm trying to think. I think Russell was still there at the time. I mean, I don't think has he publicly talked about that contract? I don't think so.
No idea. But I have such a wonderful time listening to Channel Orange, Bad Religion, Pink Matter, Forrest Gump. I'm sorry.
Just in general, it's really one of those perfect albums that I don't have a bad thing to say about it.
I can't have any problems listening to it on repeat. Like I'll put it on, the whole album will start over. I'm like,
that was made at a very strange time in music too, because like I think that Jay-Z and Kanye West album came out just around that time.
Homies in Paris.
I'm blanking on what the name of it is, but
I don't remember. But yeah, it's a good ass album. I absolutely love it. No skips.
No skips. And also, it's a well-deserved Grammy because even he was like, "I want a Grammy."
Oh yeah,
I think Odd Future was there with him, right? They were there.
Tyler and Earl were there for sure.
They were there because I think they were just finally like catching on.
Well, the thing is, Wolf had just come out, I think, or was gonna come out.
Because I think that was the first time he ever got invited. They were like, "Oh, these kids are like, you know, making waves on YouTube. Come on, bring them on." You know.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool for them, but apparently Tyler was like, I can't believe I'm at the Grammys right now. This is really happening.
and he came back a couple years later for
Has he been
Flower
to the
Boy.
Oscars? I'm trying to think.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Probably not.
That's the next move for him though.
Because he was on that.
Oh, that's right. He did say he's gonna make movies next. Shit.
I'm excited. All right, but yeah. Fucking Channel. I'm sorry. I want to talk more about it, but honestly, just go listen to it. Honestly.
Go stream it.
Go stream it.
Right
Yeah. Now. You're not gonna have a bad time with it. Some Sierra Leone and fucking Sweet Life. Oh my God, it's a perfect song.
Stand it. I wish it was on vinyl.
I know it's on CD, but it's not the same. There's bootlegs, but I want to support them directly.
Alright, but is there anything else that we need to mention?
I don't know, not much, not a whole lot. Yeah. Stream Call Me If You Get Lost. Stream Channel Orange.
Call me when you want. Call me when you need.
And listen to New Edition.
And this guy's gonna make me watch JoJo's. I'm scared.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch JoJo's now because we keep putting it off. Not any longer.
No longer. No. Alright, well. That was an episode of the Andrew Stedl podcast. You're already here. You already found me, Andrew, all that good stuff.
Find him on Stedly Medley on Facebook and whatnot. I'm plugging you.
Yeah, I have nothing. I mean, I don't know where to find you. You're just here all week. I don't know where you go.
I just come in every week. You're just like, come over. I'm like, okay. I just boom, boom, boom. What's up? I got my tea. I don't drink it on camera because I don't want. This ain't gonna be no ASMR shit.
Alright, well, that's it. Alright, goodbye.
You sound so tired. Get some
Yes.
coffee. Get some coffee.
No, my God, I'm trying to end it, and you're like, let's talk. No, I'm done. I don't want to get coffee.
I wanted that to be at the end. Dang, whatever.
God.